is. Finisham Hospital, our next job.
What, a maternity hospital?
That's it. Headquarters of the famous pudding club.
So what have they got to nick in there?
Pills.
Pills?
Not just ordinary pills, the pill. They got hundreds of thousands of them in there.
What, in a maternity hospital?
It's a bit like closing the stable door off. The horse has gone, isn't it?
No. They're just stored there for use in the family planning clinics.
But, Dad, if they're handing them out free, what are you going to make out of them?
Nothing here, son. But I know a couple of countries that'll take as many as they can get and pay a bloody fortune for them.
Well, Miss Willings, so you're leaving us.
Yeah, not exactly empty-handed, neither.
Oh, now, you mustn't be bitter about it. You have a beautiful baby there. I wish I had one like it.
Yes, well, if you run into the same bloke as I did, you can have one.
Who's this then?
That's Sir Bernard Cutting, the head chopper.
Ah, another little angel leaving the fold. Let me have a last look at the little chap.
He's having for keeps as far as I'm concerned.
Careful, my dear. I might take you up on that. Ah, he's a splendid little fellow, isn't he? Oh, I think you can have him back now.
Okay, that's the fifth this morning. He must have a leak.
I think he's just had one.
Good morning, Sir Bernard.
Morning, Arthur.
Morning, Mr. Bernard.
Good morning, Matron.
How are you today?
I'm all right.
Good.
Why shouldn't I be all right? I look all right, don't I?
Oh, you've never looked better, Sir Bernard.
Then why did you ask me how I was?
Oh, no particular reasons, just with all this Asian flu about.
What Asian flu?
Oh, it's only what I read in the papers.
You can't believe a thing you read in the papers. Asian flu, indeed. What a lot of rubbish.
Would you like to do the rounds now, Sir Bernard?
What? No, I can't be bothered with all that today. I don't feel well enough. I think I've got Asian flu. Oh.
Poor Sir Bernard. He's only got to read of some complaint and he's convinced he's got it.
I wonder if he's read Gone with the Wind.
Influenza, Asian flu. Highly infectious virus disease, often resulting in death. Death? Symptoms: fever, dizziness, rapid pulse, yellowing of the eyeballs.
Matron, any news yet, then?
Oh, Mr. Tidy, are you still here?
Of course I'm still here. I've been here since 10:42 last night, haven't I? I should know. I just seen the 10:17 off to Reading, haven't I?
Oh, did you indeed?
Yeah. Stopping at all stations except Eton and Twyford, isn't it?
Quite. And haven't you had your baby yet?
Well, of course I haven't. I wouldn't be still here, would I? Here. What's gone wrong? What's happening?
Perhaps we're running a little late, Mr. Tidy.
Well, I can't hang around here. I got work to do, you know.
Well, I'm just going round the wards. I'll find out what the situation is.
Yeah, and tell her I've been hanging around all blooming night again, will you? And tell her to get her finger out.
You wait here. I'll case the joint.
Morning. Visiting?
Well, I'm not producing.
I mean, are you expecting a baby or what?
Oh, definitely a baby. I don't like what's.
The waiting room is over there.
Thank you, mate. If it's a boy, I'll name him Happy after you.
Blimey, she looked upset, look.
I'm not surprised. I just told her she was pregnant.
What? Is she really?
No, but it certainly cured her hiccups.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Are you expectant or have you had it?
No, but if you can spare the time.
Waiting there, please.
Thank you.
They just sent for you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but it don't mean anything, you know.
No?
Nah, the last 2 weeks have sent for me 9 times. All I've had so far is a cup of tea and a biscuit.
It's not good enough, mate. If I were you, I'd tell them to forget it.
How can you forget it?
Cancel the whole thing.
But we've done it, haven't we? How can you cancel it?
Tell them you've changed your mind.
Wait!
Has she had it then?
Could you get me the Guinness Book of Records, please?
Good morning, Resball. Good morning, Matron.
Where's Sister?
In delivery, Matron. Mrs. Hotchkiss has just gone in.
Oh, good. And what about Mrs. Tidy?
Afraid not. She's back here again.
Another false alarm, Mrs. Tidy.
I'm afraid so, Matron. Do you know what? I reckon it was just wind again.
I wouldn't be at all surprised. Well, now you're 3 weeks overdue, and your husband's getting very impatient.
Him? Well, he can talk. Took him 7 years to get me pregnant.
Now I am. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Well, if nothing happens very soon, we must think about inducing labour.
What, just to please him? Oh, it's only a bit over 9 months. He should be thankful I'm not an elephant.
Well, I'm sure we're all very thankful for that, Mrs. Tidy.
Now stop being silly, Mrs. Pullet. Your baby's perfectly all right. He's not. He's not.
What's the matter, nurse?
Oh, it's nothing, Matron. What do you mean, nothing? I tell you there's something wrong with him.
Nonsense, Mrs. Pullet. You have a fine little boy.
Well, take a look at his little thing, then.
Here's what... Oh. Well, I can't see anything wrong with it.
But it's all bent to one side.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Pullet. We'll have everything straightened out before you leave us.
How the hell can we change our minds? I mean, you can't undo what's already been done, can you?
What's been done then?
She has.
Is she?
She's over. 9 months gone.
Don't worry, mate. She'll come back.
What the fuck can you come back? Matron? Well, what's happened?
Oh, I'm afraid it was another false alarm, Mr. Tidy. You may as well go back to work.
Go back to work? It was due 3 weeks ago.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Tidy, but babies tend to arrive when they feel like it. There's nothing we can do about it.
It's a fine state of affairs, isn't it, eh? We'd soon be in a right old mess, wouldn't we, if we ran the railways like that?
I was under the impression that you did. Can I help you at all?
No, thanks. I'm just passing the time.
Are you awaiting a birth?
Yes, that's it.
Who are you?
The father, I hope.
What name is it?
Name?
What's your name?
Oh, my name. That's funny. I know I had one when I came in here. Hang on, let me think.
Mr. Hotchkiss.
That's it, Hotchkiss, that's me.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Hotchkiss. Your wife's had twin boys.
Get away. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you, too. Yes, well, I'll be pushing off then.
But don't you want to see them or your wife?
No, not just now, thanks. I've got the girlfriend waiting outside.
That'll do, sister.
Get moving. What's all the rush, Dad? I've just become the father of twins.
Congratulations.
Oh, shut up. Come on, get. Hurry up.
Find out where they keep the pills in?
Nah, didn't have time. Well, I reckon I know how to now. Son, you're going to go to work at last.
Dad, couldn't you possibly manage without me?
You're getting on, boy. You've got to start work sometime, haven't you?
Yes, well, the fact is I've had this offer of a job in insurance.
Would you believe it? He wants to go straight before he's even been crooked.
It doesn't mean it is. Of course he doesn't.
Yes, I do.
He does.
Good job your poor mother isn't around to hear you say that. You promised on her deathbed that you go into business with your father.
Yes, well, I was 6 years old at the time.
Son, I'm depending on you. You're the only bloke I know who could possibly do what I got in mind.
Well, if you really mean that, Dad, I suppose...
That's my boy.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Well, if I could get somebody into this hospital officially, they'd be able to nose about a bit, wouldn't they?
You mean me?
You've got it.
But, Dad, it's a maternity hospital.
No, not as a patient.
Thank goodness for that.
As a nurse.
Well, your pulse beats all right, Sir Bernard.
Strong?
Beautifully strong. And that's all right, too.
Normal?
Wonderfully normal.
Well, it wasn't half an hour ago. I was right up. You asked Miss Banks, wasn't I, dear?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I can assure you, whatever else you may have, it certainly is not Asian flu.
Of course not. I knew that. I could have told you. What do you mean about whatever else I might have had?
Oh, well, you were probably suffering from some slight digestive upset or something. How are your bowels?
My bowels are perfectly all right. Why bring them into it?
Well, as you well know, Sir Bernard, irregularity can cause slight fever symptoms.
I'm not irregular. I'll have you know I'm one of the most regular fellows in the business.
Oh, as long as you have no pain or discomfort.
Certainly not. Now, you'll kindly both stop fussing and go. I have work to do.
Very well, Sir Bernard. Oh, there was one small problem, Sir Bernard.
Yes, what is it?
Mrs. Tidy in Bun Ward, you know.
Yes, what about her?
Well, she's 3 weeks over her time, and I was wondering whether we oughtn't to consider bringing it on.
Bring it on? Bring what on?
Why, the birth.
Bring it on, bring it off. What do I care?
Oh, really, Sir Bernard?
Can't anyone else make a decision around here? Ask Dr. Prod. I've got far more important things to worry about.
Very well, Sir Bernard. And if you'll take my advice, you'll lie down and have a good rest.
I don't need a good rest. I'm perfectly all right, you hear? The bowels, diseases of the bowels.
All right, you can get dressed again, Mr. Jenkins. On my soul, if it ain't Nurse Ball, the fairest flower of them all.
A present for you, Doctor.
No, you cannot tempt me with strong drink.
Funny, those were my exact words to you when I first came here.
Touché. Fresh as a mountain stream.
Why don't you take your shoes and socks off and have a nice paddle?
I'll get you in the end, you little minx.
Well, Doctor?
Yes, I'm afraid you're pregnant again, Mrs. Jenkins.
What?
You're pregnant again.
Oh, no, not again. It's too much. It really is.
I thought you were going to stop all that nonsense.
What?
I thought you were going to stop having relations.
Oh, I've tried, Doctor. But you know what it is? My husband gets into bed and he says, are you going to sleep or what?
And you say, what?
Well, that settles it this time. Whether he likes it or not, I'm going to use something from now on.
You better, Mrs. Jenkins.
What do you think's the safest, Doctor?
For you, Mrs. Jenkins, a hearing aid.
What?
Oh, dear. Come on, son, hurry up. I want to get you in there by 6.
I'm nearly ready.
Funny, women always take a long time dressing.
Especially when they're men.
Well, this is the best I can do.
Oh, I fancy you, dear.
Cyril, you look lovely.
Come off it.
Hello,
Get
Chief.
off. Leave her alone.
What do you think, Dad? Dad? What's the matter?
Nothing. It's a bit of a shock, that's all. I seen your poor old mum standing there again.
Well, I think he looks lovely. He could have fooled me any time.
Yeah, well, that shouldn't be too difficult.
I still think we ought to get a woman to do it.
No, son. In this business, you never want to trust a woman to do anything you can do yourself. Well, I reckon he'll pass. What do you say, Fred?
Oh, I think, couldn't he do with a bit more here?
What for?
Well, I agree with Freddie. I'd like to see a bit more.
You would. Don't you realise that's the point? He doesn't want to draw attention to himself, does he? If you make him any bigger, everybody's going to start gawping, aren't they?
I could stick a couple of socks in there, Dad.
No, forget it. Just a couple of knockers. Them, I mean. Sit around. The skirt's a bit tight, isn't it?
I like seeing women in tight skirts, especially from behind.
Shut up. What you got under here? Tin drawers? What the hell have you got your trousers on for?
What's the matter? Nobody's going to look up there, are they?
How do you know? You're a nurse, aren't you? A patient might drop in a dead faint at your feet. Come to, look up, what's she going to see?
A lot more without these on.
Shut up laughing. Did you get the knickers?
Yeah, black lace ones. I'll get some strange looks from the shop assistants as well, I can tell you.
You go get them, go on.
Dad, nurses don't wear black lace ones.
They don't wear rolled-up trousers either.
Here they are.
Well, those are all right. What's the matter with those?
Apart from anything else, there's no opening in the front.
Well, of course there isn't. Women don't have them.
I know that.
Well, shut up, arguing, and put them on.
Oh,
Dad. Couldn't I go disguised as a male orderly?
Are you raving mad? Have you ever heard of a male orderly wearing black lace knickers?